Hey, this is the Entertainment Advice Channel. What I want to talk about today is the topic of, do the masses really ruin everything? So for this video, I will discuss the topic of, do the masses ruin everything when it comes to entertainment, such as TV shows, movies, music, but specifically story-based movies like TV shows, movies, and video games and so on and so forth, is what I'll be discussing it from the perspective of this video, okay? So if you're interested in knowing the question of, do the masses ruin everything, then watch this video in order to find out, and trust me, you will get an answer even if you're unfamiliar with this topic, okay? So now that I mentioned that, let's get started. So when it comes to the topic of, do the masses ruin everything, like when it comes to entertainment, specifically TV shows, movies, video games, music, the simple answer to that question is, I have to be honest, yes, they absolutely do ruin everything. Now, before I continue on this conversation, by getting more into my point, I just want to make it clear, this is not another corny ass, I'm trying to be edgy type person, who just hates everything when it becomes too popular, so it become a contrarian no matter how good it is, or just simply, for that matter, has this way of thinking, oh, the masses are dumb and this and that because they haven't heard of this particular book or something by Noam Chomsky, or this random German philosopher, or this particular movie, and and so on and so forth. Okay, I just want to make it clear, this is not one of those channels. I'm a good person, and more specifically, I'm not just a good person, I'm not a pretentious, corny ass person like that, okay? I'm not that type of person. I want to make it as clear as day to people. This is a good channel. We speak honest, real shit here. As the point of this channel is to give advice on how to make entertainment good, okay? So just make that clear, okay? This is not some, I just want to be different type person, okay? Who's speaking on this topic, okay? Because there's too many of those people out there, it's mad fucking annoying, okay? So now we've gotten that out of the way, let's continue with my point. So when it comes to the topic of, do the masses ruin entertainment? Yes, they do, okay? To be honest with you, okay? Specifically, as I said, we're going to discuss it from a story-based media mostly, okay? And the truth of the matter is, even though they, of course, do ruin things, when it comes to story-based media, we also have to realize, as the saying goes, people can change, okay? So now that I've mentioned that, let me go into what I truly mean, okay? So when it comes to the topic of, do the masses ruin everything, one of the biggest complaints people have for media and entertainment in general is that the masses just ruin all the great shows, okay? Whether it could be a great TV show, or it could be a great anime show, or it could be a great, even musician who used to make really good music. And the biggest complaints people tend to have is that they kind of want the things they produce to all be exactly the same. They kind of add things in that doesn't go along with the original vision of the show. Like, for example, they might have a TV show, movie, whatever, that actually was originally very dark, and then they try to make it too light. It's like, okay, does this make any fucking sense here? Like, this is actually not the point of the show. The show was supposed to be dark, and now you're trying to make a character who's very dark, and of course, as a result of being dark, very, with this mood, very melatonin, not too happy, not too sad, just neutral and stuff. And now you're watching a show, and now you're trying to make him look like a very happy character who always acts happy and joyful all the time. Like, okay, does that make any sense? Just like how they pretty much, spoiler alert here for Naruto. The Naruto Shippuden series, they pretty much did with Orochimaru. Like, okay, that makes sense. Like things like that, the masses are guilty of. They kind of do ruin things. They just support things that go against original vision. They kind of want the entertainment to be exactly the fucking same thing, everything. Specifically when it comes to music, they want the music to all sound the same. When if an artist had a unique sound, they pretty much want them to dilute it to the point that it sounds like what everybody else is doing. And even, of course, if they had a unique message, let alone most importantly, of course, to sum it up, they had music that was different from what everyone else was doing. They want them to sound like everybody else, which is really stupid. Things like that, okay, which is goddamn annoying, okay? And if it's not that, it can just be down to they don't have high expectations when it comes to quality things. So something that was really well written, you know, becomes really poorly written and it's full of stupid shit, doesn't make any sense, and just dumb stuff, okay? So to answer your question, yes, they do ruin things, okay? But at the same time, like anything in the world, especially as you grow older, you have to realize, like anything as you grow older, okay, and as a result of growing older, you become smarter and wiser and so on and so forth, you have to realize you can't just rely on anger to make your decisions, let alone emotions. You have to use your head, okay? And the truth of the matter is, when it comes to the topic of a topic like that, instead of just saying, oh, I hate the masses ruin everything, you know, I don't want something to grow too big, you know, which is kind of stupid, you know, because at the same time, what if the artists themselves want to go really big? And what about the fact of, well, if they're not going big, how are they going to make money, you know, things like that. You know, the truth of the matter is, you instead have to use your head and realize there are ways to solve the problem, okay? So, in short, to sum it up, there is a solution to solve the problem. And the best way to do that, especially with the internet, is that whenever you have a show, okay, and it's popular, or, you know, or something, TV show, movie, video game, or something, you have to realize, to answer your question, you can always use, you know, the internet nowadays to educate people what it's about, okay? This is not back in the days like 1990s, 2000s, you know, where you had to, where you really got into showing, you had to, God forbid, if you had to experience that, you know, yeah, definitely not a pleasant experience, let alone good memories, you know, where you're around this little kid who didn't even know what the fuck he was talking about. I was trying to even correct you on things, and it's like, okay, but I've been watching that show since day one. You know, for that matter, you know, when you, for you know, could have been really still in your diapers, and they're still saying, no, you don't understand what the show is about. You know, like those type of annoying ass kids. And yes, they did exist, and they still exist to this day. But yeah, they were mad annoying. The truth of the matter is, in this day and age, you don't have to worry about that, okay? Because if you're a part of a show, you know, or some form of entertainment or something, whether it could be story-based media, or of course music-based media and stuff, you have to realize you can, with the internet, describe through whether it could be online chat forums or even through comment sections on YouTube what the show is about, okay? Because the truth of the matter is, when something becomes popular, okay, most people, since it's new to them, don't really understand it. They don't understand the message of it. They don't understand what it's about. So, like anything that's new to people, they're going to say all sorts of things that's not true. So obviously, as I said, using your head, you can describe to people, okay, this is what the show is about, okay? This is the message of the show. The show is actually supposed to be this way. You know, they're supposed to express themselves in this way, because that's kind of the premise of the show. You know, like maybe, to give an easy example, you might have a show that maybe has a certain type of plot or something, you know, and people might wonder, okay, at some point when a show becomes popular, oh, why is it taking so long for them to explain things? But you might explain to them, okay, but there's a reason why it's like that, because this character at one point, you know, maybe for example, is getting a lot of character development, so they're doing that, like things like that. You explain to them why the show is the way it is, okay? Which of course, you know, is a good way, let alone an intelligent way, to make sure that the masses don't ruin everything. So you can make it kind of clear to people, okay, this is what the show is about, so you can realize, okay, is this really a show for me? Or if not that, they can understand the plot and the reason why the characters do the things that they do, and so on and so forth. So instead of just saying the randomest, most dumbest opinions, they can become better from and say, aha, I see why he's like that. I see why he carries on like that. I know why he, you know, for example, has a scar on his face or something like that. And so just people just saying dumb shit for no reason, okay? That is the example right there when you have some form of entertainment expressing, you know, why things are the way they are. Instead of just playing this whole game about saying, oh, the masses suck, yeah, man. Yo, fuck society, man. Fuck the system and all that shit. Because yes, there are people out there who actually are like that. And yes, a lot of them were people when they were younger who did wear black shirts and wear like had like black hair, you know, and did have X, you know, signs on their you know, on their shirts, you know, like an X symbol, which was considered really cool at the time. You know, yes, they did actually exist. Don't be that type of person, okay? And I know you're a smart kid. You wouldn't do anything that fucking stupid, okay? Speaking to, of course, from the perspective of most of my viewers, okay? I know most of you guys are probably smart enough not to end up becoming that kind of person, you know? channel and just spending all your time on Reddit, you know, just hating everybody and everything, and just pretty much the only thing that gives you pleasure, aside from basically is eating, drinking, and just bullying and terrorizing people, okay? And just hating everything for that matter, okay? I know the majority of my viewers are not that type of person, so don't be that type of person. Use your head, and one of the ways to, of course, not be that type of person is to understand why the masses are the way that they are, and more specifically, realize you can change them, okay? You can give them advice, and if some people want to be ignorant, they're probably going to eventually go away, okay? So that's the point, okay? So when it comes to the topic of do the masses ruin entertainment, yes, they do, but at the same time, we also realize that there is a solution that can make them change so they don't end up doing things. And the solution is educating them on a subject, okay? So they don't act in a stupid, annoying way, and so on and so forth, and just make you more angry and so on and so forth. And ruin, of course, a great form of media. And that is my opinion on it, and that's all I have to say. So if you put them up, bye.